Hey guys, it's Astra. So, for this week's video, or well, I'll probably do one again tomorrow or the day after, I was thinking about The Castle in the Sky, which is this typical Studio Ghibli movie from I think the 1990s. Either way, it's about like these iron golems or these golems, and they protect this castle in the sky. So I was looking at this and I was thinking, how could I incorporate that into a Minecraft build? Because I thought it'd be a really cool idea. So I thought I'd do different floating islands with like basically different functionalities in each one, where one is like, one has your enchanter, one has your storage, one has your general house, and I would all connect it up with different moss blocks. So you'll see a rough plan that I've drawn. Fortunately, I can't draw to save my life, so just excuse it. Anyway, and then I end up just loading up a new world and starting. So then I'll show you that. Anyway, I will jump into the time lapse now, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. As you can see here, I've made most of it out of either mossy or normal variants of chiseled stone bricks or cobblestone. I end up adding tuff into some of the later islands, but yeah, this is where I'm at for now. As you can see, I'm also flying around a bit because I'm trying to get the angles right. I end up knocking it down half a height because it was 2 tall, and when it was 3 tall rather than 2 tall, it basically made it look a bit more like a ball than I was expecting, and that's not what I ended up wanting. Anyway, so you'll see me just finish off this island here. This is the first one. I thought I'd end up basically building all the islands before implementing the different plans I wanted into them. However, as per usual, I did it rather sporadically, as this is again my hobby and I do what I want. As you can see here, I'm now building the stairway up to the second one. I used it with mossy cobblestone walls and moss, and then I end up basically extending it and then starting the second island, which basically does the same thing as the first. As you can see, I'm currently building like skeletal forms of the island because I haven't added the middle in yet. All I've done is gone inside to spawn proof it, which I learnt my mistake because originally I didn't, and when I went back into the first one I ended up with so many mobs. But apart from mob proofing it, which you must do, and then I end up basically, after this I end up building a third island, and then I kind of started decorating the third island because the third one, as you saw in the photo, kind of was like crops, because obviously much as you can have things like sewerage systems and houses within the islands, you can't have crops within the islands because they need sun. So that's where I end up going with this, and you'll see the building of the second island, and then basically me then starting on the third island, and I'll catch up with you when we get to the third island. As you can see, I built the second one here. Basically, it's much bigger than the first, in my opinion. As you can see at the end of this recording, I ended up making it quite pointy, which unfortunately not the best for the utilities I hold for this. Especially, I don't think it really sticks to the source material of Castle in the Sky. I also ended up spawn-proofing this, and then, like the first one, and I also added glow berries to the bottom because I thought it gave that, like, hanging vibe of, like, it's decaying, it's mossy, it's got like different vines hanging off it, but I thought vines didn't look exciting enough, so I ended up using glowberries because this is my project and that's the vibe I want. Anyway, we're also going to now cut to the fourth one because I'm trying to get this done as fast as possible so I don't end up giving you an archaically long time of video, because let's be honest, my voice can be quite annoying after a while. I have been told that, mainly by my parents. Anyway, hope this is going well. Also give me any feedback in the comments. I understand the video so far has been quite repetitive, just building each island. I thought it'd be quite nice for background. Either way, now we get started with the top of this island because I have no order. I am a being of chaos. You will watch me jump between things. And also because I made this island one of the biggest ones, so then I could have crops on the surface, because obviously, as I explained at the beginning, crops can't grow with no light. So who would put crops inside their sphere? Not me, clearly. You can also see I've started using tough bricks, whatever you call those, and stone, just regular stone. Yeah, and that's basically the vibe of this is, can I build a wheat farm? The answer is yes, I build a wheat farm. It's a glorious wheat farm. I can make much bread. was at this point I realised that I'd never in fact planted the wheat farm, and that I did it later. Unfortunately, I had the attention span of a hyperactive kid. Either way, I thought I wouldn't bore you with the building of the fourth island, so you'll quickly see a transition where it goes from no island to very much an island. Because again, I know you guys have valuable time, and I don't want to waste it with more bloody island building. It took me so long, so many different types of stone, and I'm still learning how to use the keyboard, so it took me forever to switch between the two. So, well, you'll see the transition here. And now you see here we end up decorating the inside of the fourth island because, again, I have no order to these things, and I thought, instead of showing you the building of the fifth island, I know how many islands is an Astra going to build. The answer is too many. I thought I'd show you the inside of the fourth island and end the video here for today. In about 2 days, I'll probably release the second half of this video where I build, again, more islands. You never know how many islands I can build. Like, to be honest, a girl can build so many islands. Either way, like, I end up basically decorating the interior with moss, and then I have lanterns. Well, I replace the moss with lanterns, and then I basically overlay it with glass, and then overlay it with, I think, like tinted glass, whichever the darkening one is, to add like an effect to the bottom of the pool that I ended up adding in. And then I add the fish. Unfortunately, I'm sorry for the angle, but like I added glowberries to the inside of it to keep it light, to prevent mobs from spawning. You do not need creepers inside of it. I learnt the hard way. For some reason, one ended up exploding when I tried to get rid of it. Either way, this is how I end up doing it. This is, like, as you can see, I only did 2 islands this video, like the interior, because although I had a plan for the storage system in the house on the other island, I wanted to, like, spend some more time thinking about it. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. I'll check in at the end and say goodbye to you all, but thank you so much for spending your time here today. As you can see, I slowed down the building part of this quite like a bit down because I thought it'd be interesting for you guys to see how I built it. I realised that the water adding looked a bit strange on reflection, but we move on. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me build a bunch of stone islands, because I sure as hell enjoyed building them, because who doesn't like building oddly shaped islands on their weekends? I mean, I'm just a normal girl. Like, totally. Either way, hope you guys have enjoyed this. This has been great fun for me. I'll give you a part 2 in a couple of days once I finish basically building the rest of the islands, because you can never have too many islands. And basically building inside of all of them, and I will end up with about, I think it's 7 to 8 islands. Yeah, that's around the benchmark I end up at. Anyway, Astronova out.